Hey guys, good morning. How you doing? Chris Rod, Sun City Lawn Care. Today we're going to be talking about what you should be doing inside of your lawns right now. We're in El Paso, West Texas, okay? We're primarily talking about Bermuda lawns. However, if you guys are in that transition zone and you've got some nice weather, then you can also do some of these steps or applications. A lot of you guys, this past week in particular, ton of phone calls, inquiries, text messages, Instagram, Facebook questions in regards to Chris, what should I be doing to my lawn right now? And the reason why we are starting to feel that way, or those questions are coming about, is simply because, as you guys can tell, it's a nice day. Big old ball of sun is out. The grass, depending on your type, can either be starting to green up. If you've done a pre-scalp, you could be experiencing a little bit of that. Soil temperatures are increasing. So today what we're talking about is some of the things you could be doing to your lawn right now, and soil tests. Got a new one for you guys that we bought locally here, and as you guys saw already, I started to pull a couple cores out with my little core puller machine, technical device 5000, and I'm going to show you another alternative method if you do not have one of those. So you simply take one of your shovels or a little digger tool. You can use your hands, whatever you got. All right, let's check this out, guys. Again, this is a soil kit. I actually got this at Lowe's yesterday for somewhere around 29 bucks. Not open yet, so I wanted to do that with you guys. The reason why I bought this, though, every year you should be testing your soil. You're looking for pH levels, your nitrogen levels, your phosphorus, your potassium, and some micros inside of your soil system. That's kind of going to be your starting point, okay? If you haven't done anything to the lawn yet, or you forgot to do some of the applications last year as far as fertility goes, now is a really good time to go ahead and get a soil test conducted. And there's a multitude of tests out there that you guys can get. I just found this one locally. I've never tried it. What caught my attention about it, though, on the back of it, it says your test measures pH, buffer pH, your phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, calcium, boron, zinc, manganese, iron, copper, organic matter, and cation exchange capacity. Your CEC levels. We don't talk about that enough inside of the lawn care community. Inside of the gardening community, though, we do. CEC levels are like crazy important. It's basically CEC is those levels is determining your organic capacity within inside of your soil system. So why is that important inside of the lawn care industry? Well, if your lawn has a high CEC level, the less fertilizing you got to do, because there's already plenty of organic material in there. And the gentleman that talks about a lot of this when it comes to soil test and CEC levels is John Perry, okay? If you guys YouTube John Perry and soil test, the guy's a whiz. That's like his bread and butter, okay? But anyways, getting into this particular soil test kit, which is my first time trying this particular one. You open it up, it's got a little hello, let's get started guide, which is pretty cool. It's got your registration ID, barcode number there. And basically just some instructions. What also is cool is that, like some of the other tests I've done, it comes with a prepaid postage. So once you put your soil samples inside your bag, I would imagine, yeah, there it is right here. It's got the little mailing bag. This is so cool and convenient, okay? Last year's test, if you guys watched that video, I did the university test here at Texas A&M Agricultural Department, and you got to call them, request the bag, they send it to you, then you got to bag it, put it inside another bag from UPS or the FedEx store or the post office, go down there, mail it off, pay the postage, and it turned out to be the basic test I got was like 45 bucks or something like this. $29 right here. This is probably the cheapest soil test that I've seen so far. And I follow a lot of people across YouTube that offer this service. Check that out. It comes with a little sticker too. I'm capturing carbon with soil kit. Carbon. Can't talk enough about that. So as you guys saw earlier, I was pulling a couple cores out with my core puller. That's one method. And then I use my trowel, my little shovel. That's kind of a lengthier process. It's hard depending on your soil, you know, digging around, digging through the actual turf. I just rather use this. If you guys don't have one, get one. If you don't want to get one, don't worry about it. Just use what you got. You can dig around inside the soil system in the garden. Get your hands in there. With that being said, when you guys do get your test, you're going to end up putting the sample inside this bag. And they usually got like a fill line. You want to make sure you put an adequate amount of soil inside there. So that's why I've got a couple different cores here. I section off my property, the backyard, into 4 quadrants, and then I've got a 5th and 6th quadrant over there. I get samples from all around because we're going to be doing these applications throughout the entire lawn. Okay, that would be an effective way to do it. If you really want to get technical about it, throw on some gloves or wash your hands first. That way you don't contaminate your soil. And if you had water that morning, a good idea is to go ahead and let some of this soil dry out. Put it in a Ziploc bag first, okay? Now is a really good time also, as you pull some of these cores, is check out the thatch layer above the actual soil and, you know, determine whether or not you've got a really thick thatch layer. When you do that, when you do this process, that's going to be your indicator on whether or not you should dethatch in the springtime. If you've got compacted soil or you're in that transition zone or up north and you've got real clay type soil, that's going to be your indicator whether you should aerate in the spring. Which, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and click that button down below. I think there's like 85% of y'all, my viewers, aren't subscribed. We come out with content at least once a week, guys. It's the beginning of the season, and that's going to be my next video. Stay tuned on what you guys should be doing this time of the year. Matter of fact, I'll probably just talk about it now if we can get through this video. So anyways, soil sample. Put your cores in the bag. Don't add any of the grass or the thatch. Go ahead and take that off. We just want soil, okay? So I kind of pull back my thatch layer there. If there is any, you can see some of these roots. Probably like a good 4-inch root system there. Get the soil in there, guys. And like I was saying earlier, if you had watered that morning, you know, you kind of want to let it to dry out. That helps. You don't have to, but it does help. Once you get your core samples in there, mix it all up. Break it up, break it up, break it up. We want a good mixture for the actual test to be sent to the lab. Do you have to do this Ziploc bag stuff? No, you don't. The reason why I'm trying to teach you guys to do it this way is because some of these sample kits, these soil test kits, they don't always come in these little brown bags, okay? For example, the one from the Lawn Care Nut, if you go to his website and you get a sample from him or some of the other major YouTubers out there that get some of these kits, they're little dishes. They're like little 2-ounce saucers that you're just going to be putting a very small amount in. And you don't necessarily have to, what the heck? This thing's kind of silly. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. It's got these little 2-ounce cups that you're going to be putting in inside of a solution inside of there. But you want to make sure that your mixture is mixed up. Your soil samples are nice and mixed up. In this case, I'm going to be dumping all of this inside of this bag here. It's got the fill lines all the way up there, so I need a good amount. And I bet if I read this, it's going to tell you, yeah, locate 4 well-represented areas, dig 2 to 4 inches deep for lawns, 4 inch deep for gardens, and then fill accordingly. So, you know, you need a lot of soil is what I'm getting to. See if I can do this without making a mess. Yeah, there we go. All right, that's that. Yeah, we got it pretty much to the fill line there. You put your name on the bag, obviously. Fold it over, seal it. That's it. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up the video today. Today it just we're just talking about soil tests. That's what you guys could be doing or should be doing at this point in time in the lawn care season. You know, it's really about, you know, if you got a Bermuda lawn, especially if you're down here in the South, West Texas, if you, well, really anywhere south, even that transition zone, if you didn't do an overseeding like I've got here with the ryegrass last year, your Bermuda lawn should be all dormant right now. There's really two things you should be doing right now. One is conducting a soil test. Pull a couple cores out, get them sent to a lab, get the results back. That way you can analyze and start planning out your approach to what kind of fertilizer you're going to be using this year, whether it's going to have any phosphorus, whether you're not going to put any phosphorus down, whether you're going to be using a urea or an ammonium sulfate, whether you need to do a pH correction. That's how we start the lawn care season at the beginning of the year, February, back into February. Outside of the soil test, what you could also be doing, you know, we're still around those 50-degree range soil temperatures, okay? The lawn's not activating, it's not coming out of dormancy yet. That's not gonna happen until you get to the consistent 60 to 70 degree soil temperatures, okay? Here in El Paso, that doesn't occur until the second week of April. So outside of that, if you wanted, okay, you can do what some YouTubers out there are conducting, which is a pre-scalp. That's where you're taking some of your Bermuda grass and you're starting to decrease the cut height so that it's less of a scalp come springtime to do a full-blown scalp. Okay, so it kind of eases that process. And the only guys I see out there doing it are some of our older bucks out there, okay? But we're young bucks, we got plenty of energy, and we can do the scalps all in one day because we've got so much freaking energy. We're gonna knock it out in one day, okay? We're gonna load up 6 to 20 different leaf bags full of Bermuda grass, and haul it off in one day. We're not gonna do no pre-scalp. Nobody does a pre-scalp. But you guys can do it if you want to. I'm not knocking you older guys. Anyways, outside the soil test, you can do a pre-scalp. Outside of that, you guys still should be watering at least once a week. If you guys are transitioning up north, you don't have to water. You don't have to scalp if you've got tall fescue or a St. Augustine. You don't scalp those anyways. You'll kill it. Don't do that. If you're up north, you got snowfall. Let that water the product in, or water the grass, water the lawn. But continue watering. If you haven't watered all winter, go ahead and start watering once a week. Once we get into March, and you guys, again, stay tuned, that's when we're going to be talking about some additional applications. That's when you're going to initiate your starter fertilizer program. That is when you can scalp if you'd like to get a little proactive about it. Or you're just going to be waiting until you get that green haze across your Bermuda lawns come April time period to initiate the scalp, okay? As well as lawn leveling, okay? We got a lot coming up on the transition, okay? If you guys haven't already, you can also do your pre-emergent application, okay? Remember, pre-emergent, early February, what we're trying to do is target crabgrass, goosegrass. And if you've got a Bermuda lawn, the last thing I'm gonna say before you guys hit that subscribe button so you can boost that YouTube algorithm and give me some love, is if you've got any weeds inside your lawns, go ahead and start doing a herbicide application, okay? Do some spot treatments. Don't worry about doing a blanket spray unless your lawn is completely full of weeds. But if you've got one random weed here and there, do not use a non-selective herbicide. It is too late for that, okay? If you do that, you need to identify what kind of weed it is, like crabgrass, for example. And you need to choose a selective herbicide, okay? In case of crabgrass, you're gonna want to use conclorac, something of that nature, okay? Or just get a 2,4-D product and do some spot treatments. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and your question down below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Y'all stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up. Springtime's right around the corner, so I'm excited about it. You guys should be excited about it too. If you find yourselves not doing anything inside your lawn, next season, you may want to overseed it with some ryegrass. That will get you out there sooner than later to start doing things inside your own lawn. You guys have a good one. Bye.